All right, so I just got done recording the Bible reading video of 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and here's another one of these rant videos being lust. Now, the last two I did was about identity and love, I think. I can confirm that right now. Yep, identity and love. Those were the last two I did. And even though my subscriber count says otherwise, to me, those videos did pretty well. And this video is about lust. And the passage I have to back this up before I say anything is 2 Samuel chapter 13. This was actually recommended to me by my school friend's girlfriend, who actually asked me, or not asked, suggested I should do a topic about lust. And quite frankly, lust is something I myself deal with on a daily basis. It's not healthy at all. I read it myself a little bit ago before making this video, and I reread the notes, the summary that my friend's girlfriend made and sent to me, and now I'm making a video about it with you guys. And the basic premise of lust is it's a very deadly sin. Like, obviously, if you know the 7 deadly sins, you know the 7 deadly sins, and lust is one of them. Lust is a very, very deadly sin, because the one thing you can do about lust, I would build something, but I don't know what to build. The one thing about lust is that you can try to fight it with as much of your own willpower as you can, but in the end, that shield you made for yourself will eventually break. It's kind of like the Minecraft shield almost. I literally was about to look up Minecraft shield. Ain't no way. It's like the default Minecraft shield. As you can see, made out of completely wood, for the most part, with some iron on it. And the crafting recipe for it is mostly wood. If I look it up right now, if I can spell correctly, if I look it up right now, mostly wood with a single iron ingot. And if you ask me, compared to any other modded shield, it breaks pretty quickly. Same thing if you try to use your own willpower to fight against lust. You can't do that. So as every other sin you try to fight yourself against when you're trying to change in the purpose of being in Jesus Christ, being with Jesus Christ, you can't do it on your own. You have to be get closer to Jesus Christ. And that's one of the very things I struggle with myself, if I'm going to be honest. Do I have any right to tell you shouldn't do this, or you should do this, you should do that? No. In all honesty, I don't, because I myself am not perfect. I don't even follow the advice I give to other people that I should be doing myself, setting the example. So should I be judging the unrighteous when I myself am unrighteous? No, I shouldn't. But I still do it because the one thing I'm called to do is spread the gospel and try to help people the best I can, and maybe even help myself to fight against this the proper way. Proper way is through Jesus Christ. If there's anything you do and you have the feeling of lust coming up, then the one thing you should do is immediately pray. Think about Jesus Christ. Just think about, turn to Christ. Just pray. If you remember any Bible verses, or just open up your Bible, start reading the word wherever you start reading, and or wherever the Lord takes you to read, and just read from there. If you ask me, that's the best thing you can do, if you want my personal opinion. Now, the passage I want to back this up with, because lust is very, very deadly and can be confused for love, is, like I said at the start of the video, 2 Samuel chapter 13. And I would highly encourage you go read it for yourself, honestly. But basically, there's a man named Amnon. If I butcher disclaimer, if I butcher any of these names, I heavily apologize. My literacy in pronouncing any biblical figure said in the Bible, and especially their names, is not perfect. But continuing on, there's a man named Amnon who is the son of King David, and let me see here, and he becomes obsessed with a woman named Tamar, who is his half-sister, and her brother is named Absalom. Now, when Amnon first laid eyes on Tamar, he fell immediately in love and wanted her all alone to himself, and he got so frustrated that he felt ill, as said in the text. Or like how my friend's girlfriend says, his love is also selfish lust that makes him sick with frustration. Since she is a virgin, such thing is forbidden. And you gotta also remember the time of the Old Testament. Those times were very, very different. I accidentally let go of Z, my bad. And he went to his cousin. What's his cousin's name, bro? Hold on. Oh, his cousin Jonadab, I don't know if I butchered that either, suggested to him that he pretends to be sick and has Tamar sent over to his house, or to where he stays, and tends to him, makes food for him, and I'm sorry, I just have to take a pause for a second because the stories in the Old Testament are very, very messed up, bro. I need to read more of the Old Testament, but from what I've known, it's pretty messed up. They got some messed up stories, dude. But Amnon has Tamar sent over to his house, or to his place, I should say, and Tamar obviously does what she is tasked to do, make cakes for Amnon. And Amnon told his servants to leave him and Tamar in the room alone where Amnon was laying in, pretending to be ill. And my Bible translation is the New King James Version, and it was pretty much implied, and even my friend's girlfriend said it in her summary, Amnon raped her. And this left Tamar feeling very disgusted with herself because she basically got her virginity taken away, and it's very messed up. And just like what her notes say in here in her summary is like one thing that that one takeaway she put is lust disguises itself as love but objectifies people, and I'll never care for Tamar's well-being. The second one, it deceives through manipulation, fake illness, or an isolation. Consequences ripple, Tamar's life ruined, mirroring James 1 chapter 1 verses 14 and 15 on desire leading to desire. I can go to my Bible right now, read James chapter 1 verses 14 to 15. I can turn into it. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then, when desires has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. Now, what is that backing up in the form for the summary? Well, when I read it for myself, just that singular chapter 13, obviously I would need context beforehand to know each family member, but for the purpose of this video, I read chapter 13 for myself so I know the information of what I'm talking about. And Absalom pretty much invited Amnon to a dinner or party. Well, it's more so of a dinner planned to kill Amnon. Absalom planned to kill Amnon for his sister. And the part when James talked about that sin leads to death, I literally said it. You think Amnon was quite literally killed by Absalom. And that's the purpose of lust. Lust, it doesn't, even though it can be confused for love and can be confused for the same thing, it's not. It really isn't, because lust can not only lead to death, as like what it said in that passage, but it can break away relationships that you hold so dear to your heart. I could speak for myself on this. I did something so terrible that out of the lust in my heart at the time that I quite literally ruined a relationship. I wasn't in a relationship, but I kind of ruined something that I really did hold close to my heart. And I'm not crying, I'm just, I really did mess up. You know, I'm not going to explicitly say what I did. I mentioned this a few times, but I'm an example of where lust can get you. It's not good. And the only advice I can have for you is don't push your boundaries. Because the last thing you want to do is destroy something that you think you hold dear to you, or you hold dear to you, and next thing you know, you make a decision that you'll eventually regret, because that's what ends it all. And that's where I was going at. It can break away relationships that you can hold dear to yourself, and it will hurt you a lot. A little bit after the fact, I went to my car, and it was on a Sunday after church service. I went to my car and I had so much bottled up emotions, and this was during the time of my knee injury that I got from a football game. I had so much bottled up emotions that I just didn't cry out, and I just bursted out crying. Because I realized what I did, and I deeply regretted it, and I still do to this day, but I can't go back in time and fix things, because if I did, I wouldn't have learned anything that I've already known, or just relearned something that I already knew. But I just wept so hard to a point where I just wanted the utmost happiness for this person. Like I literally bawled my eyes out. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, man. You look at my past videos and see how loud I get in one of my FNAF videos I made, and how much I used to cuss a lot. And that, you would think I'm some kind of aggressive guy, and yeah, I tried to be, and that got me to where I am today, where I don't want to be that anymore. I just want to be myself, the man I just want to, be. But I cried. I think that's the most I've cried in such a long time. That for a person that I think, remembering back on it, that's the first time in a while that I showed care for that person so indirectly that I asked God, literally asked God while crying, not only just to forgive me, but make her happy. Make this girl happy that I literally cared about, or at least I thought I did. I kind of feel a little emotional just thinking about this, but I know I'm kind of venting out a little bit, but it's one of the topics I was going to touch on in this video, in this rant. And yeah, that, I know my tone of voice changed like mid-talk too. Like my voice got a little softer and serious, because that's where my decisions got me, I'll be honest. And that's what happens. I realistically can't do anything about it anymore, because, well, the damage was already done, and I at least hope I'm forgiven for it. I think, I don't know, honestly, but hey, still talking to that person as a friend, and that's all that matters to me. No matter where my mind goes, that's all I want my heart to stay at. Because one day I realized how blessed I really was to actually go back and talk to this person again. I don't know if we're still cool like that after what I did, but hey, you know what? God made it happen. I'm at least glad for that. That's the most I could ever ask for. And even to this day, I still wish the utmost happiness for her, no matter what, because the last thing I would want is to see this person, whatever relationship they're in, whatever situation they're in, be upset. Whatever circumstance they're in, to just be upset. I'd rather see them happy, because the last thing the last thing I want is for them to be upset, or just be sad and depressed in general. Yeah, that sounds about. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. And I can't fake that, dude. I really can't fake that. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video.